Come back, guys, to the summit number 9, I believe. Game 2, Evil Geniuses versus Fnatic. We are missing a fourth, but I believe he is on his way. I won't ruin the surprise. With me on the couch is CCNC of Team Optic, mid player, and of course, Havost of former Na'Vi fame.
Yeah,
I don't know what other teams you played in Dota 2.
none of them.
None of them? Just Na'Vi? Well, we're glad you're here. You made it all the way here.
Well, what do you think about the EG versus Fnatic games?
I don't know. Take that answer.
I think it's kind of a nice series because EG is like they're winning the early games and they're playing reasonably clean Dota. They play the map well and stuff. And Fnatic is kind of the opposite. They kind of throw laning to the wind in a lot of their games, or not necessarily to the wind, but they don't try and smash you in the lanes and like snowball the game. They pick Spectre and Dusa and TB and they sit there and they wait for you to mess up, and they pick like these cool heroes or DJs, some Shadow Shamans and like SDs and stuff, and they play for the late game. It's like kind of fun to watch.
Yeah. I think that Fnatic is probably the most frustrating team to play here.
Yeah,
Yeah, probably.
every team after the game versus Fnatic coming out and what is going on?
Jack.
Why do they do this?
Jack,
So yeah, it's kind of hard.
My ears.
KBBQ. Yo, can somebody get a hold of Jack?
Oh, BSG is coming.
Oh, BSJ's coming?
Oh, BSJ Poggers.
Poggers. That's your favorite streamer, right, Quinn?
Great T-shirt.
Um,
I like
yeah.
it.
Yeah, sure.
I've been a big fan of your Master Chef streams lately.
Yeah?
Yeah. You're watching an old season though, right?
Yeah, I'm not watching the newest one.
I see. Have you spoiled it for yourself? Do you know?
I didn't spoil for myself.
Yo, guys, just a reminder that signups for the Cornhole World Cup or the Cornhole Major
Are you serious?
available
You just
right now.
hijacked our broadcast to tell us.
Oh, you're on it.
So the most Jack moment of all time. Also, your player was supposed to join us, Jack. I feel like you should take his spot because he's not here in remittance.
How could I replace any of our illustrious guests?
Okay, we'll get you on for the next one, Jackie. So anyways, BSJ, we were talking about Fnatic versus EG. Havos was saying all the teams after they play Fnatic, there's like we just had to play a Fnatic game.
Yeah, and all of them lost. as
All
far
of
as you
they
know.
did lose.
I was
Yeah.
saying that I thought in the draft EG won, and then in the laning stage I thought Fnatic played it really well, so they weren't like losing too badly. So I thought Fnatic was going to win after the laning stage, and then EG then got up by like 12, 15,000, so I thought they were going to win, and then they like died down mid or whatever. So I thought Fnatic was going to win, and then EG won. That was
So what you're saying is you're wishy-washy.
during that game, I had no idea who was going to win at any point in that game. That's what I'm saying, and that's what it feels like to analyze Fnatic.
Yeah, the games are how do you say? It's like they're hectic. I feel. You remember the game that they played? Optic played against Fnatic yesterday, Havos. We thought that the Spectre was going to win,
Yeah.
like 100%.
That didn't happen.
And then we didn't.
Did you guys? Okay, so in game, what did you? You probably don't think about it too much, but like gut feeling told you you were winning.
Yeah, I mean, I thought we should have won both those games in the games.
What happened game 1? What hero were you?
It was TA again. I played TA all 4 games against Fnatic. Yeah, it was the one where we were up like 10, 15k, whatever. They have
Oh, that's
TB,
right.
and then I don't remember what happened. We lost.
Then
Yeah, you killed 2 sides, destroyed them.
Oh yeah,
and
that's
then
right.
One by one, you were dying. 3 of you. You lost 2 buybacks. And
That's right. Yeah.
That's what happened.
Havos, how do you? When you were a player, how did you feel in games like that?
Frustrating.
Frustrating.
Yeah, it's kind of hard for the whole team to, refresh yourself and get back into the game after that. But it happened. I was on both sides. I was losing like that
Yeah.
and winning like that. So
The Na'Vi magic.
yeah, sure.
What
Now
hap-
it's Fnatic magic.
So it was like I meant to ask you, by the way. I don't mean to bring up like any painful memories or anything like that, but I asked Kuro about TI3. I was like, we worked together. What it was like TI6? So 3 years later, I said like, are you over it? And he's like, no, I still think about it sometimes.
Yeah, sure. It's kind of memories which are remaining for you with during the whole life.
I see.
Yeah, bad memories.
Bad. I mean, it was still hype. It was like the most hyped TI finals.
Sure, but then after you already won the game, and then you suddenly they're taking the trophy
Yeah.
and having fun. You just come on the stage and Valve didn't have a plan about the top 2 team.
Yeah.
What should they do? So no one came to us and said like go away from the stage or
Yeah.
stay here, or like we're just sitting on our booth and watching everyone is happy, and you're like, oh, okay, guys.
Man, that's rough.
Yeah.
That was
So after that, they had a plan.
Okay.
That seemed like a
They had
good
a guy.
problem to have, though. You
Yeah.
know, like not having a plan for when you.
I mean, that's I guess like that's what people never see, right? They see Alliance win, but I mean, that was why the true sight with Newbie, you know, when you got to see them after, and they got 3-0'd.
Yeah, I mean that was a real good piece for sure.
It was. It like humanized everything. Because sometimes like you just flame players and you don't think like these are still people.
Yeah.
Especially for guys like Envy. I feel like both teams have people that get flamed quite heavily. It's like you have EG because they're EG, and you have Envy who, even when he plays pretty well, he just kind of gets the majority of the flame.
Yeah.
But imagine how like kind Envy is. He's taking all the flame to himself.
Yeah.
And every player of the team, he's like fine.
Somebody's-
And Pylai Die,
Yeah.
he was the guy being flamed all the time. But for now, Envy's taking all of it.
Somebody once told me that you need somebody on your team like that. I think it was Misery. He said like you need somebody that on your team that will just tank all the flame, and if they're good with it, then it's okay. Like
Yeah.
it's really positive for the rest of the team because they can play without pressure. It's like so this year, Quinn. I think you were probably targeted quite a bit. Like how did you deal with that? Because I mean sometimes I'm sure you felt like it was unfair.
I mean, at the beginning of the year, it's like kind of annoying and stuff, and maybe it makes you feel a little bit insecure. But as it goes on, you just, I don't know, you just kind of used to it. You just don't care anymore. It's like whatever, you know.
Yeah. I guess your team knows, right? They stuck with you. You're in the position that you are now going to TI.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I'm not kicked, so
You're not.
I did something right.
Indeed. A lot of people got kicked this year. You were not one of them.
I was not one of them. So
See how it lasted. And Havost, I feel like on Navi, it was like you and Dendi would often get like the majority of the flame. The same for you. You just kind of started to ignore it.
I don't care about that.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It depends, because mostly I hear only Russians speaking. I don't like read Reddit or something like that. So like, that was Russian community talking about us, and they are so I don't know, glory hunters, something like that.
I see.
And when you win, they're like all your fans. They are cheering for you and yeah, praying on you. And if you lose, it's the opposite. Like
I see.
90% of people are changing their mind during the results. So yeah, you just don't care about that. You're happy when you win, and people are host, yeah.
Yeah.
And when you lose, you just don't care about that. Try not to think about that, because if you're going deep in like fans' mind, you will probably lose every game, because your feelings are gonna get hurt, and you shouldn't pay attention about that.
Yeah. I mean, BSJ, you're in a similar position. I
Oh,
feel
yeah.
like because of your stream and your general notoriety, it's like you're going to get a lot of that.
Yeah, there's the one constant struggle I've found that I feel like I've gotten better over the years is that you have to be very confident in yourself as you're playing Dota, like in everything you believe about Dota, but then you have to be willing to admit you're wrong or like be wrong at times. So the fact is, I feel like it's kind of inevitable that if you are confident in yourself, that you're just going to look like an idiot sometimes, because that's kind of what happens when you make a mistake in Dota. It doesn't happen where you just die or something. You die in some terrible fashion, or you just feed, or you like throw the game in one foul swoop. Like, Dota's just a very brutal game to mess up in, and so there's that mix of you got to be confident, but at the same time, you learn to bounce back from the mistakes, and you don't want to think about the mistakes before or during when they're happening. You kind of just have to. I think during the game, it's much easier to not think about the flame for me, but after the game, it's more impactful for me.
I see. So you're probably just kind of getting used to it.
Yeah.
In the phases that they both were.
Yeah, I'm like a few steps behind them on that front.
Yeah. Crow told me once, he told me like the best piece of advice whenever I used to get affected by stuff. He said the problem is when people say nice things to you, you get happy. And he says like when people say mean things to you, you get sad. And he said when you give people the power to validate you, like when you're happy, you give them the power to invalidate you as well. So when they're really nice to you, you can't take it too much. You have to just be okay and humble about it, so that when they're mean to you, because eventually you will mess up at some point, you have to be okay with both sides. You have to become like a balanced human being. And
That's a very cool philosophy.
Yeah,
Philosophy of a TI winner.
yeah, I like that a lot. And speaking of which, got a draft going on, 3 picks in for each side. I guess nothing too surprising aside from the Brewmaster second pick on the side of Fnatic. What do you guys think?
I think the Ogre's a little bizarre. I think for Fnatic, I mean, you can argue the hero like scales well in some aspects. He has like Bloodlust, you can Bloodlust your cores and stuff, but I feel like it doesn't suit like so much the heroes that Fnatic normally picks. They normally pick these heroes like like Dirge especially is like the biggest one. These heroes that are very hard to take fights into as the game goes on because they have like just these obnoxious like factors about them that make it like difficult to take fights. DOTA, Dirge, like you have to jump very specific targets. They had all these saves last game, SD and Oracle. Like it forces you to take fights in very specific ways. You need to jump this target with this hero. You kind of have to bait them and prod them with spells and force them to get out of position.
Yeah.
And this Ogre hero is kind of the opposite. He doesn't do anything in fights as the game goes on. He's like a stun and he evaporates to high damage. He doesn't force you to take fights in weird ways because he doesn't really have a way to like make fights difficult to play. He's kind of just this log that, you know, presses his abilities and like wants you to hit him, whereas the other heroes like force you to like take fights in different ways.
Well, you're worried about their positioning. Like if you have an Oracle on the enemy team, if you're going to go on a core, you have to concern yourself with where that Oracle is, what his spell cooldowns are and stuff. But like with an Ogre, if you just see whatever core they end up picking, you're just like, oh, let's just go on him. Like there's nothing that this Ogre can do to counterplay your initiation. So yeah, they definitely make it. I agree with what you're saying, and you know this looks like a MV Terrorblade game. Thoughts?
If you're playing against SD, you should care about positioning, of course, yeah, and Oracle, yeah, of course. But here you can just meet a PA who will jump you and kill you in 3 hits. So you should think about different things. It's I don't like this hero in this meta, but let's see. Patch is doing well, and it's like Ogre coming to this game. Maybe it's gonna make some things.
I mean, I guess the good news about Ogre Havos is that you can trade hits with a lot of people, but I mean, as a carry player, you must love Bloodlust. Like that's one of the best abilities to just constantly have spammed on you.
Yeah, Ogre plus Magnus, it's like you're happy. Even if you have a rough start, then you just get 2 buffs and you farm really well. And in fights, you're careless. You can do whatever you want, almost.
So
TB, okay.
What a boss.
They picked it against Enchantress. I was like partially being sarcastic because you wouldn't look at those like 3 heroes of EG and be like, yeah, it's a good Terrorblade game. But the reason they pick it is because against Enchantress, it just they what they did last time was they forced it such that the Terrorblade was 1v1, and then he just summoned illusions and hit creeps.
Just look at Sumail sitting over there.
And he just like spam
He's
tangles
done.
all lanes, so he effectively just like, you know, his 12 armor or whatever. I don't know. Envy's been playing every single game that I've seen. He just picks a hero that's going to lose its lane, but it recovers pretty well. So if you want to know how to recover Dota, like in your pubs or anything like that, the heroes to play and how to play them, I think Envy does it really well, surprisingly.
yeah, I feel like something interesting here, Quinn, is that instead of like all-inning so much on laning phase, they just try to set the win condition and put the enemy on a timer by picking these like Dusas and Terrorblades. Like you guys kind of felt it in your series against them, right? They just try to make you like take these like bad fights repeatedly because you feel like you have to engage.
Yeah, they just sit there and they wait and they pick heroes that are hard to teamfight against and they just play the long game. They're very good at forcing you to do stuff.
How is that hero still in the game?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess Fnatic didn't want to pick it into the Ench or whatever. And there's like a Phoenix in the pool too that's, you know, EG can do on 4, which they did. And then also it's like they're kind of forced to ban these Weavers and PLs and stuff because I think they just have too free of a game against the Brew Wind Ranger.
And they're really scary 4th picks where like they're good against the first 2 picks you already have, so now you're stuck banning, and if you don't ban them in the second round of bans, then your other 2 heroes have to be very good against them preemptively. So like it's just one of those heroes that if you let them have it 4th pick, or you have to plan for them picking it 4th, it just limits your draft.
Yeah, Envy won every game with TB against Necrophos, even though this matchup is kinda bad on paper for TB, but yeah, he's winning, so maybe he has some thoughts about that. I mean, like, at some point, when TB gets huge... Oh, Storm Spirit. Okay, no punishment for him.
This is a Queen of Pain game, right? Your mid last pick, Quinn. They have very little catch for you. Good matchup against Storm. You build the Orchid.
Isn't it rough though because you can't burst anyone?
I think it's a decent co-op game. Like, I mean, kind of the issue is you won't really have any lanes to rotate to so much. Your mid lane will be good, and Ogre can maybe run to your lane and kill Storm or something pre-6, and you can get ahead. But, like, Brew will not have a good game, most likely, or not have an early 6. So you won't have, like, this Necro lane to rotate to super early on. When Brew gets 6, you can rotate to the Brew's lane and kill Necrophos. But I mean, I think overall it's a decent co-op game.
Just something like that, right, though? Like some mobile aggressive hero?
Yeah.
It is co-op.
Yeah.
Good call on BSJ.
Yeah, the co-op is nice. Whenever the Brew hits 6, they can come kill this Necrophos, like, super easily. He'll have to just leave the lane or something like that. Because, you know, hopefully your Storm is behind, because the co-op has had a good laning stage against him. And then they're not able to, like, defend the safe lane tower, and you can come kill this Necrophos or whatever, and open up the map for the TB.
All right, so I personally hate predictions because anything can happen and Fnatic games are wild. So instead, what I will ask is first, Havost, I want you to make an argument for EG to win this game. If you're EG, how do you win this game?
You just play it. You don't care about TB in late game. Yeah, like as you said, Fnatic are forcing you to make some bad fights and yeah, to make some weird decisions. But it's still just a Dota game. So if you play it well, if you know it well, you're not gonna lose. You're not gonna take bad fights. And Storm is here. He's unkillable. I kind of think that Storm is the co-op counter. So yeah, laning stage is gonna be hard for him. But if he manages to recover somehow, or like his team will help him during the laning stage, then he will kill everyone. Like, what's there? Okay, it's a DJ Windranger, but if you don't get to the point when he can carry you and like don't get randomly shackled, if you just play it normally, yeah, you can win this easy.
All right, Brian, on the flip side, if you're Fnatic, get into the mind of an Envy, how are you going to do this one?
So I assume Storm's going to have a little bit of a rough start. So I'm looking at these Necrophos Enchantress cores, and I say these cores trade really well and they sustain really well. So the only way we can get rid of them out of our face so that we can invade the Storm's game is to kill them. So we're going to look for crucial timings to kill them. So Quinn already mentioned it. The Brewmaster 6, I think, is very important that they invade the Necrophos' lane. These two heroes, Enchantress and Necro, all they do is walk down lanes and push them out. And so they know exactly what these two heroes are going to be doing, and these heroes do it better than any other heroes in Dota right now. So you have to shut that down and let such that your Terrorblade comes like into the game sooner than the Storm. Because if the Storm comes online sooner than my Terrorblade, then he's just going to kill him over and over again. So that's, and like Terrorblade's one of those heroes where once he gets a couple items, he'll keep shoving the lanes out and reliably be able to do that, especially against the heroes that EG has. Like they have Enchantress like for the illusions and stuff, but I just look at it as like as this game goes on, Terrorblade is the win condition. They don't have a way to deal with him. So obviously they have Necrophos ult, but he always builds these defensive items, and Terrorblade's agi gains out the roof. So basically, shut down the two cores that enable the Storm, scale into the late game with Terrorblade, and aggression on the other four heroes.
All right, Quinn, you're the arbiter here. Whose argument did you like better? Who's going to take this one? I will ask you for the prediction.
That's me for the prediction.
I got to ask you for the prediction. You heard the arguments being made for both sides. Who do you think takes this?
I'm going to say EG, not based on either argument, but just that
Man, you got crushed, Brian.
just that I think they're the better team.
Okay. You think lineups are pretty similar? Like anybody can win either side?
Yeah, I think a decent amount relies on how this mid lane goes. You always have like the Sumail factor, which like makes games kind of weird to predict because sometimes mid lanes just don't go like they should.
Yeah.
So I think a decent amount hinges on how that goes. I like how EG is laning this, putting the Pudge bottom and the Phoenix top, because I don't think this TB... Oh, nice. Wait. Oh, interesting. All right, so they're dodging the Ench and putting the Panda against the Ench.
The Baruch Master Mischance, maybe?
I guess that's what they're thinking. I feel like TB might have a rough laning phase against Necrophos, though.
Remains to be seen as the hook flies out onto DJ, but
Rips around the tower and win run. So as a mid player, do you get nervous when you play versus Sumail?
Not so much nervous, but it's like it's just impressive. You play against him, and he's just extremely confident in his ability, and he's very good.
Yeah, I mean, after once you're in position when you are losing the winning matchup that you should win, you might go kind of, you know, bad feelings about the next matchups.
Yeah, I mean it definitely like makes you. I mean you can't like doubt your knowledge about Dota and stuff because you got outplayed and stuff like you just have to play better next time. And you can't be scared of people because if you're scared of people then you'll never beat them.
Yeah, I know that. So it's like motivating you, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's nice.
And one lesson I learned while I was at the VGJ house was like, if you think you're going to lose a matchup going in, you're going to lose. So you can't look at players like Sumail and say just because he's better than me.
Trading.
What on?
Okay, I think he's got first blood by himself.
Courier too.
Might even get the second. Courier
What is happening?
Wow.
does get the first blood, loses the courier in return. How do you feel that as a trade?
Did he get his
And
bottle?
they get the kill?
Did he get his bottle on the storm?
No, I don't
it's
think
not
so.
a
I'm pretty
bottle.
sure that
No
was
way.
a sub.
Okay.
Yeah. But not bad at all for EG. Pylai Die just getting way too Pylai Die there.
Yeah, that was kind of weird. He got the full wand out on Storm. And he got like a level off of it. He got the wave that came in. I think Ovid's still only level 2. So overall, it's quite nice for the Storm.
Yeah. I feel like that's less of the Sumail factor and more just Pylai Die messing up there.
Yeah, that was a little bit weird.
That might be the Sumail factor though. That he's trying to get too much done because he's against Sumail.
Yeah. Who else do you feel like... So I know, Quinn, you should assume that you're a very good player. Your team has had quite a bit of success, but outside of yourself, you would put Sumail in a very good category. No one, I'd imagine.
Yeah, I think for sure. I mean, those two a lot of people consider to be some of the best laners. I'd say to put people as best and worst and stuff like this is just generally not a good thing to do, though.
Of course.
Hold people in too high regard as a competitor. It's just not wise.
Yeah, you're going to respect all your opponents. But you also got to assume you're better than them, baby.
Confidence, not cockiness. There's a thin line in there somewhere.
It is. It's scary. I think people sometimes fail to realize that. Just because of course you're going to be confident. It's the only way that you're going to play at your best ability.
So we have Bob being 12 creeps, 10 ahead. Yeah, it's pretty good lane for her. And Storm went jungle. Oh yeah, he's going base. Okay.
Yeah, eventually against Quap, when you're at this disadvantageous matchup in the waves on his hill, you just can't walk up. Because he'll dagger you, hit you a few times, take you down to half, and then do the same thing the next time and you're dead.
70 FPS. That's rough.
Ogre Magi's Bloodlust can be cast on towers. Interesting fact.
True.
That is true.
You're not wrong.
Always be nice to those who buy wards and couriers. Are you nice to your supports?
Of course.
Are you good at PvP?
Yeah.
I can't even read that. That's so long. I have terrible vision too.
So you shouldn't be nice to people who don't buy wars, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is Peter
That's what he
somehow-
interpreted from that. You don't buy wards. You're on my shit list.
Yeah.
Avos, were you a pinger? Duster said that when HFN gets mad, he just pings.
Yeah, I kinda could do that. At some point. More like fun, but
Yeah.
sometimes people are not that in good mood how you are. Yeah, they can take it wrong. I like Alt plus control clicks, you know.
Oh, okay. You really gotta let him know.
The obnoxious pings. The ding, ding, ding.
Oh, Shackle flies out. Enemy might actually still go down, and he does. And DJ's actually pretty out of mana, and Arteezy's gonna get the double kill at bottom.
Yeah, great. Great place.
I feel like Crit, he hasn't really been given a lot of credit. Remember when he was on OG, a lot of people considered him a top 3-4 position, and it feels like that hasn't been the case lately because we have all these guys coming up. Still a talented player, though.
It's most likely on the point that EG weren't a properly tier 1 team during the whole year. So yeah, that's why Creed had not that much glory, but he's a great player. He proved it a lot of times. for now, like every patch player is a good player. So hero is really easy to play right now, and it's pretty imbalanced. So you can do whatever you want, and most likely you will be fine.
Brian, I asked this question to Havos the other day, but as a safe laner, your Ice Frog, you get 3 heroes to nerf out a little bit. Not a whole lot, but you know,
Like
make them a little bit.
offlaners that they'll nerf?
Just
Or
in general,
safe?
3 heroes that you would like to see at least balanced a little bit.
Even though it's not being picked too much in this tournament, I really hate Treant Protector just because he requires counterplay, like proper counterplay. So he just comes into my lane and hits for 95 and denies all my creeps. And then Enchantress because I feel like I see the pick and I don't even know what to pick to beat it or even lane against it, other than like Weaver who still loses. And then probably just Necrophos as well, because those 2 offlaners are the 2 offlaners that if people pick it, I don't know of a hero that beats it. So
I see.
it's like, I think it's a pretty flawed concept in Dota if you can pick a hero.
Oh, crit. Gonna get the solo kill.
Wow.
Runs in. Does get killed.
Alright.
Level 6 Enchantress. Like, they picked Brew in response to Enchantress. Like, maybe that was their theory-crafted way of being okay against this Enchantress. But he's level 4 to the level 6 of S4. He's got an Aquila to help pressure the tower. He enchanted the catapult. This is what Enchantress does every game. And it's just like, if you can see the hero be picked, and there's nothing in the game that solves what it does, like, that counters what it does, it just seems so busted in any patch. Like, sometimes the hero's just given too many buffs, and you can't stop it.
Yeah.
And this game they were double laning against solo Panda, so that's why probably Ench got that much advantage, but usually this matchup is fine. And if you're a safe laner against Treant, you just buy Cooling Blade from the start.
Then the guy levels Leech Seed, you know?
Yeah, but still, if he is visible, he is easy to counter on the lane. You just
Tell that to my
into all
supports,
creeps.
man.
Yeah, but you eat trees, not supports. So that's the point. Against Ench, you just send the offlaner there.
Oh, is that the
Go
play? Is that the
other lane.
play?
Sure.
I
Why
don't feel
not?
like it's working for them here. But what if there's a Necro in the other lane?
Yeah, but they put pressure on mid. Ogre was staying mid. If Ogre was top, probably they could do something.
Okay, fair enough.
And
So do you think it was just a lane decision?
yeah, sure. I mean, they sent Universe to struggle. Yeah, that's what he's doing.
Oh, that is a kill. Once again, 7-2 is the lead right now for EG. And I think this is what you're talking about, Havos, why you don't feel like you like Ogre. Because he kind of won mid, but Sumail will just jungle, and you still just have a level 3 Ogre now without boots.
It's Storm Spirit. We've seen, especially Sumail, he was struggling on lane, on every lane pretty much on Storm. Okay.
I thought
Looks
as
like
Arteezy.
has some problems.
He doesn't know. Oh, he does know that this Ogre
Yeah.
doesn't have.
Oh, boy.
Nah, that's so bad for Fnatic.
That's a disaster.
Yeah.
I think he thought that he didn't have stun, or he had stun for a second, and he's like, wait a second.
He didn't have mana, that's why he TP'd.
Oh, easy.
Yeah, so even though he don't know the skill build, he's fine to TP out.
They lost 2 towers as well
Yeah,
at top.
that's something you expect when you're playing against Ench, and yeah, kind of they helped mid, but it's Storm Spirit. We've seen that many times that Sumail is getting crushed on mid, and then he just jungles or like, trying to gang, and he's recovering very well.
I've watched a lot of Enchantresses that like won their lane, they like leave to go fight or like defend another tower, and I think S4 is playing it a lot better. Oh, okay. Well, you know, I meant but sometimes when you're playing the right part of the map, you just overextend and die.
Yeah, especially as Enchantress.
Yeah.
Because during the lane stage, you're pretty much unkillable every time, and yeah, then you kind of can have troubles with counting your power.
Yeah, kind of like Timbersaw, right?
Yeah,
Very
pretty
similar.
much.
I've seen so many Timbersaws that get really farmed off the bat. They take the tier 1, and then they think they're invincible. So they just kind of run in. They get 3-man ganked. They throw away their advantage.
Yeah,
And they
that's-
like whine about the fact that they got 3-man ganked when they're a Timbersaw.
Oh, that's my favorite. When somebody gets ganked by like the enemy tier 2, you know, and they ping and they're like, they came and ganked me, but they got like 600 gold and like 3 levels.
Yeah. Usually they're like, can you do something, team? 3 people are killing me. Come on. And yeah,
You subbed up by this too real.
Just to let everyone in chat know here, if you are that hero in the game, you're this Enchantress, you're this Timbersaw playing up in their face, the only option for the other team is to 3 or 4-man gank you. That is their only choice. So that is what they're going to do or not do anything. So, yeah, exactly. Like, if you're up in their face the entire time, they have to kill you. Otherwise, they just lose.
Yeah, that's the mind of weak people.
Exactly.
So, if you're maybe someone should explain you that. So next time you won't think that your team is doing nothing. You will better think about you can do better. But not everyone understands that.
Quinn's just staying quiet because I've seen him play Timbersaw this week. I'm just kidding.
That hero's trash.
Yeah, I don't think CCNC hates himself enough to pick Timbersaw this patch.
Yeah, much better you play TA, right?
Yeah, man.
Dude, Grand was calling you out.
Dude, look at my TA pick rate in pubs. All right, and then look at your wars. And tell me which number is bigger.
All that thought as the Panda jumps in, gonna get ulted too by the Necro. Doesn't even get his ulti off.
Yeah.
And sorry, you were flaming Yawar. I believe he got slightly further in the tournament than you, as the Ogre getting jumped on right now by Pylite Die. Is there a hook? Might not even matter. He's gonna go down to Sumail. They even give him the last hit. You notice?
To be fair, him and CCNC both won the same number of games in the playoffs here.
Thank you.
Yeah, both at a whopping 0.
Look at that's why BSJ is your favorite streamer, CCNC. Instantly white knights you.
Yeah.
Instantly. He's got your back. It's
Quinn's
your boy.
a good guy, despite the
Quinn's a very good
reputation
guy.
of walking down mid.
Everyone walks down mid.
Yeah. Sometimes you just gotta do it. Send a message.
Although we don't condone it, Quinn.
Yes.
And I am disappointed in
Please
you.
don't do it in my games.
Terribly sorry. I apologize.
Dude, you did it in one of my games. I got so mad at you.
That was like 8 months ago or
yeah,
something.
you apologized. You said, I'll get you a win later, Biedek. And I was like, all right.
Pretty sure I also didn't run that mid. I just abandoned.
Yeah, he straight up left my game.
Yeah. That's pretty honorable.
You get one of those
Abandoning
a week,
is
right?
honorable.
Yeah.
Yeah. I abandoned a game recently where my TA went 2 Blightstones. I just left. I couldn't
See,
handle
that's
it.
honorable.
I couldn't handle it. He
Why?
skilled Meld level 1 and he got 2 Blightstones. I couldn't do it.
Can you even count the minus armor? It's at least 5.
Oh,
It's at least. It's not
Crit?
actually 5.
getting gone on. This is the Fru. This is
Wait,
the
do
free
Blightstones stack?
first Bruce split of the game. What was I trying to say here? Oh, he's going to go down for sure. No deny attempt at all.
I'm confirming. Blightstones don't stack.
There's
right?
no way they stack.
Okay, I'm making sure, but like he said, it's at least 5, so I was confused because Meld's
how-
2 and Blightstones are 2.
Is Meldstone 2? Or is Meldstone?
Meldstone.
Is
See, I'm doing it too.
Isn't Meld 2, 4, 6, 8? Aren't you the one that plays TA like all the
dude,
time?
I'm not the numbers man. That's not
Jeez.
a...
Do you know Havost? Meld armor?
No. I bet it's like 3, 4, 5, 6.
3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay, well.
I could see 2. I could see 2.
You can see 2.
I'm not sure.
Pro players over here.
TI guy.
I have like
Yeah.
20 TA games ever. This
Main
guy,
TA main over
yeah,
here.
TA main. I got nothing about that.
I picked that for you all the time on veggies. You're telling me you don't remember?
Dude, do you think I look at the freaking numbers?
Okay, this smoke is the desperation smoke. They need to get this kill.
Yeah, DJ.
Please, get
Walking
this
forward,
kill.
little by little,
Oh,
they
no.
spot.
Yeah, he went on low ground.
So when you're ahead, the most dangerous place on the map is your own jungle, and he knows that. You can tell by his positioning on the side of Sumail.
Dude, look at.
What would you say that's called?
the dead lane, but it's not the lane because that's the jungle.
Shoot me.
So would that be the dead jungle?
That
The
the
dead
dead
jungle.
jungle. Yes, the dead jungle.
New term, boys.
Yo, they're smoked up. They both got level 6. Pi still doesn't have boots. That guy has 3 TPs. Oh, he just bought Clarities too. Poverty.
Yeah, rough times for Ogre. 400 net worth.
Yeah. You've had some games against Pylite. Are you happy to see him this poor?
Pi's always poor, man.
I mean, this is another level though. I
This
can't.
is-
Can somebody
yeah.
tell me the time? I have terrible eyesight.
It's
Or 14
14 minutes in. He's got approximately 35 gold per minute.
Yeah. If Abed pings him to buy him a TP, I'm leaving this game if I'm Pi.
But he got used to it.
Yeah?
I mean, his best heroes are Venge, Undying, and Warlock.
Mm.
You know, so he can
The sacrifice.
freely die and yeah, and then just cheer about his team. Cheer on
Avos, are you? If you're like short of gold, are you pinging your supports? You say, buy me a TP.
No, never.
Oh, you're a good guy.
Oh, wow,
I am
that
not a
really
mid-
is some poverty. Goodness.
I'm not a mid player.
You didn't
usually.
notice?
He doesn't have boots.
I told you that.
His
He just
net
bought
worth-
Clarities.
His net worth was 450 when he said he was in poverty. So
Oh, I didn't actually see. I just saw a tiny little bar. I didn't see the number.
Oh,
Quinn,
man.
that guy's most expensive item, it's the Clarities.
I mean, they're equal gold.
Yeah, but he's got 2 clarities.
True.
I think he's been giving away TPs as Storm zips in. Envy gonna get pulled. No Sunder for him as the Brew Split does go off. Crit dropping quite low. Is gonna get the deny off too.
What a boss.
Man, they are not getting anything out of this as the Brew Split is about to end.
They threw the Enchantress up. And
They did, and they're getting
I
full
was trying to
retreat
hype
mode.
it up a bit, but you know, it's
Just gonna
TP's
go for
out.
the
He's
TP,
fine.
1 second.
Oh
Yeah, they've got him.
gosh.
Well, that went about as bad as it could have gone with the deny onto Crit.
Yeah, that's kind of happens when you try to pressure Storm instead of like any other laning phase. And
Why
Storm
does
is
that
just
spell
jungling.
purge? Does anyone know why that spell purges?
Enchantress wasn't being picked, so you gotta do what you gotta do.
Oh, the
Oh, the
Envy.
Sunder.
What a guy.
Please die for it. That'd be
That
a
is
perfect
a-
Reddit clip.
What a boss.
Carry players on the couch. Are
Tip
you
him.
doing that for him?
Tip him.
I mean, I'm not hitting any creeps anyway, so might as well.
Yeah, that's. But imagine if you're a Fnatic player, wouldn't you do that for DJ?
Oh, yeah. DJ's the real character.
Yeah.
For sure. Just like- they picked Envy Terrorblade so that he could Sunder DJ.
Yeah.
Probably no offense, but if it would be Ogre over there, I don't think that
I don't
he
think
would
it's
do
under.
something.
Like,
Yeah.
Envy's looking at it, he's just like,
Yeah,
he
yeah,
clicks
yeah.
his Ogre, he sees no boots.
Whatever.
It's like,
will
I might
just
lose
farm.
like 2 creeps out of this.
And
Yeah.
he would scream like, you know, give me power before death, and he can do that.
Quick, we're in range.
Bloodless me.
Try to get as close as possible.
Yeah, I remember I saw Envy do that Sunder play like a few months back, and I was like, oh, that was a good idea. You saved like a support or offlaner or something. Did that in a pub, and then I fed miserably.
That's why you never do it again.
Nope. I'm like, never again.
Oh, Pi. Just get
dead.
lasered.
这波不亏。
Da-da-da.
Tell me Pi's got boots at least. My man's definitely got to have boots. Oh,
Oh, he's online.
He's so speedy, dude.
he's so fast.
Imagine when he puts the Bloodlust on. Those boots are even more value.
Technically, no item makes you better.
The
Like the power
12%?
spike
Oh,
from
man.
having no boots to having boots is the largest in Dota.
Ogre is essentially top net worth.
Yeah, he's good.
No, he's on his highest power spike right now.
Oh, Envy gonna get gone out again.
Sunder.
Crit.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Sorry. This is just one of those games where we talked about it. I said Fnatic's win condition. You have to shut down this Necro and Enchantress from walking down your lanes. Necro's been bottom all game. Enchantress has been top. Storm's been farming mid. Supports have been doing whatever the hell they want on the side of EG. And if you watch this game back from Fnatic's perspective, you just look at an Enchantress and you look at a Necro and you just shrug.
Yeah. And you did call it Havos. You said all they had to do was chill. The Storm's gonna have a bad laning phase, but he'll farm. He'll catch up.
Because if you, whatever, yeah, if you see Ench, you probably. Oh my
Yikes.
lord.
They are just getting ran at right now.
Yeah, when you heard the game plans required to win this game, you heard Havos and mine. You could tell who had the easier draft.
Yeah, but you can't punish Storm here. If Wind Ranger has or
It's the Brew Split. Arteezy gonna go down here.
Uh-oh.
like they're gonna go
it's
for more.
beginning.
It's beginning. The Fnatic.
Wait, they're not down 2 racks.
oh,
The blink from
way.
Crit.
Oh, this,
He is so
oh
farmed.
my God, dude.
Bling.
He has blink.
Gracious.
Okay, Brewmaster's still ahead of him in net worth.
I'm telling you, it's beginning. What is that? Oh,
Oh, he's going on Envy. The Sunder.
No, my.
Not like this.
you can't click Sumail, you know.
he has Pike 21. I think he's fine. Sumail might die.
Warp is not
Sumail?
Sumail's going for it. Shackle does
He's
not
hasted
hit.
still.
He is hasted. Does have mana. This Quap is remembering that she's gonna come back in.
Misses the
Missed
scream.
That power shot.
Pi, get out of there, buddy.
Dude, Espor is just debating him.
Man, he was so fast when he was running away. It made the impetus do more damage.
He should have sold his boots.
Backpacked him, man. You don't have to sell him. Come on, dude.
The boots have hurt him.
This is a mistake. I'll get more sentries.
To be fair, maybe he would have taken one more hit. Man, Havos is loving this. We're just going in.
You kind of got to just laugh at this spot because there's definitely 5 people who are not enjoying themselves right now, so the rest of us might as well. That's the spirit of Dota, right?
Yeah.
Is you watch the Fnatic's perspective and you say, I really am glad that's not me.
They didn't have any game when they're winning from start, like any.
Yeah.
Envy
So-
is in his element right now. All right, y'all chill out. 20k down, trapped in the
Sumail has
base,
no mana.
20 minutes.
He's about to go Super Saiyan.
Havos, the thing is, you're assuming that this game is over, but
No.
we've seen too many games of Fnatic here.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah?
Yo, Abed's going back in.
They're gonna turn it around now?
Yeah.
That was such a sick like awareness by Sumail. He just knows it's him and Quap, so he just mans up on him with no mana. And he wants the bounty runes.
Actually, Quop was mistaken. He should have killed Storm easily there. Okay.
Oh, Envy just
Shackle-
died again.
Shackle?
Shackle?
Oh, he
What?
missed.
Doesn't connect.
That should have hit, I think.
And Sumail actually just...
Yeah,
he's
just look at
going
what
back
he's
in?
doing.
Uh-oh.
Oh, he is mega dead. And Abed came in for this. 7 seconds for this. Crit gets the last hit. And that'll do it as another 3 kills going the way of EG. Everyone on EG picking up farm now. S4, look at him. This is the kind of 5 game you want to have. You get to Sunray, pass the tier 2 tower.
Yeah,
He's just chilling, yo.
that was the game plan.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
they're
he.
chill right now.
Vos basically coaching EG from the couch.
It's EG's playstyle all the time. If they're in bad spot, they split push all 3 lanes. Someone dies, they don't care. If they're in bad spot, they do the same. So.
Do you feel like they forgot Necro was in the pool? Is it one of those things where that hero's like so often first pick, first ban that you just forget he exists in one of these games?
I told you, Envy won every game, every TB versus Necro game. So
So they picked it saying, "Oh, we expect a Necro pick, and we should do
maybe
fine."
not, but if you have such a good win rate,
Why
why
worry about the
wouldn't
hero?
you try, yeah.
I got you.
This is the place to try it, too.
Yeah.
If you have a hunch.
yeah, sure.
This is the college of Dota 2 tournaments.
Indeed it is.
Time
As
for
I hear a silence
experimentation.
right now. Maybe Sumail's just farming Ancients?
Yeah, he silenced the Prowler to
Yeah.
keep himself from getting rooted. It does not root you on attack if it is silenced.
Yeah.
True. But if it starts attacking and you silence it, it roots you.
Yes, it does. We're helping
So
all
great
those.
You sound
experience
angry
over
about
here.
that.
That is
am angry
absolutely
about that.
true.
I've had
yes.
some ones that there's no way he started that animation and I get rooted.
Yeah, I do that with Bloodseeker sometimes because you have the delay on your silence.
That sounded bitter from experience.
I mean,
That-
those rooters are
that-
ever loving.
The most annoying creep. You take like 500 damage if you get rooted and stomped.
So this is not a typical DJ game. He's very underfarmed. And the curious choice, by the way, Havos, you see the Midas instead of the Blink. Fnatic is gearing up for a Fnatic game.
Who do they kill with the blink? That's like the question.
Midas at least gives you some chances to win. If you're somehow winning fight, then Midas will help you to get huge.
You think Blink is kind of pointless?
I just think when they were behind, they couldn't have any plays to be made with blink. Is all I was
Oh,
saying.
pie.
The boots.
Baby. Get out of there.
He better cut the next wave with Ignite.
You already know he's cutting that wave.
He's even got a ward to cut that wave.
He's got those boots. He's eyeing up those triangles. Oh, they look tasty.
Oh, it's
Give me that wave.
20k. Yeah. I thought it's
Where's he
something
going?
like
Is he cutting mid wave?
9.
To be fair, okay, it's not really 20k because Pi is not a hero. So if you remove his net worth, like if you remove the Phoenix's net worth, it's more like a 16k lead.
Yeah.
I don't think that's how it works, Splits.
It is indeed how it works. It's like a 15k lead technically.
Okay, sure.
But Bloodlust.
Yeah, Bloodlust counts as like 4k.
The problem is we're looking at a 20k lead, and I'm pretty sure if I add up Fnatic's net worth, it's like 26k total.
Do the math.
Great math. Yeah.
We did the math.
Yeah, I was working on that since minute 1. It just kept updating.
Oh god, Arteezy's really farmed right now. He's got a full Shivas.
He's the
Yeah, so
fastest
much
farmer.
armor.
He
That
farms
is what
so
happens
fast.
when you walk down a lane and hit the creeps and push Q.
He's in position.
Oh, 6 shackle, but the force staff and hook.
There was some miscommunication.
I mean, either way, he's getting out.
Alright, so EG's feeling themselves, but little do they know this is what Fnatic wants.
They're just
No,
waiting.
EG's playing it smart. They take the tier 3, but they're not taking any racks just yet.
Yeah, this is how you get baited by Fnatic
Yeah.
into getting into a 70-minute game.
He's going to sell his items, buy a refresher, and double Sunder saves DJ, and they're just going to turn the game around.
Wow.
The zip in, long. I mean, he's looking for somebody right now. He tries to go on DJ. Pudge.
You already know. Look at EE. Oh, that's safe.
Look at that egg.
Terrorblade's hitting somebody.
I mean, TV's gone. 2 heroes dead. The instant 2 buybacks. I mean, Pylite Dice buyback is probably like 35 gold. They're all going to re-engage. The rock thrown out.
149 gold.
Oh, man. This is a rough one for him. Pi's not enjoying himself. Arteezy going to get healed up by the power of the sun.
Phoenix plus Necrophos combo. Pretty good. Necro is unkillable.
Oh, look at him. He's just ignoring Pi. See, he silenced up the Orchid Bird. Doesn't kill him.
Oh, easy.
But that is going to be another hero down on the side of Fnatic.
They're playing till the last.
Yeah.
You gotta respect it.
Envy's watching. Okay, never mind.
Alright,
I was
they're
going to
not.
say he was going to play now.
They can't break the reputation of 2 racks down comebacks because they weren't coming back.
So that is going to be one of the faster games we've seen out of Fnatic, as they are going to go down 2-0 pretty quickly here.
Yeah, I thought Fnatic was going to win that game 1, and then some random fight happened, then bam, suddenly the game's over. This one was a little less monk-ass and more just a stomp.
And 2 of our panel members did call EG. Brian, of course, you were very wrong in trying to make an argument for Fnatic.
I said how they had to win, and they didn't do it. So
We don't get hindsight here. So EG up 2-0. That one looked easy. That one actually did not look difficult at any point for EG. Felt like the laning phase went pretty well for them. Sumail didn't get tilted. He got first blood. I really don't think that should have happened.
Yeah, that's yeah.
when you're sacking Brew in order to pressure Sumail and you give him first blood, that's about the definition of a disaster.
Yeah.
I mean, he got pressured. He had 10 creeps when Cop had 26, and 4 of them were like small jungle creeps.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're in kind of troubles. But any other player, Crit had a double kill on lane, Arteezy had a double kill on lane, and that was a TB off lane versus pretty much Pudge and Necro.
Yeah.
So,
And they had the top lane was a complete disaster.
yeah.
It was unpleasant.
The guy just walked around as Enchantress. He was like, tick, 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 moving
Just-
somewhere.
He got
Yeah.
top tower to like the tier 3 to like half HP.
Yeah, on minute 10, I think.
Yeah. That should not happen.
So, yeah, kinda. Quinn said that EG is a little bit, maybe not a little bit, but better team. So that's why you're forcing your opponents to do something, kind of. Yeah, and we did something. He went off lane. Yeah, he did some rotations, and they were wrong.
Yeah. So that's going to be, I mean, that game was short. I don't think there's too much to talk about there. We're going to look at the post-game stats real fast. And Crit went absolutely off. I did not expect him to have as fast of a Blink Dagger as he did. It felt like nobody on the side of Fnatic was allowed to play Dota.
Yeah.
Radiant earned a lot more gold.
That is so much more gold.
Do you think that has
Thank
anything to do
you.
with their victory? The
I think
more gold?
it might have a little bit.
Okay.
Ah, man, poor Pi. Like, that's why playing Ogre in that kind of situation, it's not bad when you have, like, some mid hero that's, like, going off, and you feel like you're a part of that. Yeah, you have some sniper and you're bloodlusting
Gracious.
the drawings.
But overall, if they had Sniper, imagine. So it reminds me some game. You bloodlust Sniper. Sniper is creating space for Wind Ranger. Wind Ranger farms. GG.
Why are the items in Eternal Envy's stash backwards? Or like his whole... It's
Oh, what on earth?
That's some triggering stuff right there.
What on my eyes?
But it
Did y'all
hurts.
play the backwards map?
Yeah.
The upside down, like the mutation?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I didn't play that.
That hurt my head. It was don't play it. Don't do it.
So we see the difference in supports. Fly had a Yule's queued up. Pylai Dai had hopes and dreams in his backpack. Man, I feel so bad for 5 positions, but it's just so funny when they're that poor.
It is really funny.
Oh,
Just get more net worth. Lol.
just get more gold. All right, so I think that's gonna at least do it for us for game number 2. I think we're gonna. I'm not sure here. I don't really host. I believe we take a quick break and then we'll be back for game 3. Might just be a 3-0. Who knows? Stay tuned. This could be Arteezy winning another summit. Who knows? They're up 2-0. It looks very good right
winning
now.
something.
Boom.
I didn't say that. Have hosted.
You're the host, so you're responsible.
That is true. We're a unit. We're a team. This was a good team. I like this
An
team.
absolute unit.
All right. Thank you guys for joining us. We'll be right back. Thank you, Quinn, for joining us on the couch, by the way. And stay tuned.